hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how I fly him to the.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy, your nephew, your cousin, the Don of the Mid-Atlantic, the Capital Region's best kept secret, the Don Chaz Evans, and you're checking out the 3 Count Podcast presents Chaz and Friends. Let me introduce to you my friends. Introducing first, ladies and gentlemen, he is rocking a 3 Count Podcast hat. He's rocking a OG Bullet Club shirt. All right, way to bring it back to 2017, my guy. And he's got upgraded microphone. All right, over there in our studio, all the way up in our New England studio. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he is the Red Dog.
What up? Yeah, it's the Air Force Veteran Intel Specialist, the one you call on when you need to get the job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog. That's right. What up, y'all?
All right, and last but certainly not the least, in our classified location studio. Don't worry about where he's at. Don't worry about okay, because he doesn't
far away from you guys.
Exactly. Like I said, undisclosed location studio. All right. He's our resident supervillain because sometimes you just need to have a supervillain in your back pocket. You never know when things might go haywire. So, ladies and gentlemen, he's the Dark Lord, the Dark Goat, Damien Fatal.
You know, I was actually having a good week in wrestling until Chaz just ruined it right before we go on the air. And you know what? I know we normally do that. I probably should get this off my chest now.
Okay, so we're
gonna do this first.
Okay, go ahead. We'll get to the announcements after that, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, all right, hot off the press. What grinds your gears, Damien?
This fool told me that Tony Khan booked a dream match between Okada and Orange Cassidy. I just said that name out my mouth. Daniel Bryan. Oh shit, and Claudio. That's it. I almost forgot the fucking fourth person. Wow. That's a dream match.
Ooh.
Left this man speechless.
Right? Like he's pondering in thought.
You know, like that.
Not a dream match. I never dreamt of that match.
I'm hoping this is like what? Like the second match on Collision or Dynamite. Or maybe the top of the 9 o'clock hour, if they're lucky.
Just open the show with it.
Or open the show. Actually, that would be a hot opener for one of those shows. Actually,
well, it's on Dynamite. It's gonna be on Dynamite.
Of course, it is. Because if you're telling me this is on their next pay-per-view,
full gear.
Tony, do better. I know you got your fans back this week, but chill, homie, chill.
Yeah, they did do 900,000.
Just chill out. It ain't that serious. Chill out.
It is that. It's a war. Don't you know? That's what they always talk about. It's a war between WWE and AEW on Tuesday nights.
Oh,
no, clearly NXT is running.
It's not they got beat by developmental.
No. You can't do that. No. Because Chaz is here now, so now it's no longer developmental. It's a third brand. It's a legit third brand. It just happens to have some people who are developing into superstars.
Yes, they are. They are developing. They're throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks.
No, that's next level. I'll give you an next level.
What do you mean?
They have a breakout tournament right now with all stars,
right?
All people who are going to be developing into future stars. Like that is developmental.
They're just like going on. He's right. It's going on right as we speak.
And
they're doing. Aren't they doing a men's? So look. With that being said, look, Tony, chill. You just chill out. Like you need to change up your supplier. All right, you can go ahead to your announcement.
Let that man.
All righty.
All the run that man can get.
Yeah, he might need to switch product. Period.
Anyway, so now that we got that out the way, let's get to the announcements. Look, if you have not already done so, make sure you follow us on all your favorite social media platforms, okay? 3count_pod on X right there. And on everything else is 3countpod. Or if it's called Twitter, if you want to still call it Twitter and you want to be a rebel, that's Twitter. Fine. It's called Twitter. I mean, you're right. I'm agreeing to your point that if you type in twitter.com, that pops up.
Yeah, better.
I'm a huge fan of Exhibit, so I'm always want to run out and be like X to the Z.
If you haven't already done so.
Already said. This man says Corbin versus anyone is a nightmare match. Corbin is amazing.
I love Corbin. I don't know why everybody cuts on Corbin.
Do not disrespect the Omos. So I'm almost sapien. I'm so proud of that.
So look, I'm not on the Omos train.
I'm definitely on the Corbin train.
I've always been on the Corbin train.
I'm on both trains.
Corbin.
I'm not on the Omos train. But anyway, if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. For all of my podcast listeners who listen to us on our audio version, make sure you give us a subscribe and give us a like. For my Apple podcast users, all right, specifically you guys, I want you to give me a 5-star frog splash review right off of the top rope, all right, for your boys here at the 3 Count Podcast. Also, shout out to the Big Plus Network.
Big Plus Network. Hey, you know what's funny is we're behind. Boom! Look, delay. That's what happens when you lag.
All right, drink my coffee.
I'll take it as a dub. You weren't ready. I'll take it as a dub. I'll take it as a. I'll take
comments and stuff. Like I gotta juggle this. Like there's no prep time for this. Like we went to Damien's rant. I'm usually ready with this.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, Damien definitely changed the whole vibe of the show.
Sorry, my bad. Like you started that news on me right in the beginning. What do you expect me to do? I had to hold that for like 45 minutes.
True. I'll give you that. All right.
But
yeah, make sure you subscribe. All right. Also, check out Red Dog's interview show, Now Entering the Ring. All right. He's got some interviews coming out. Tell us what's coming out.
Yeah, so we got Aiden Perrin is coming out this week. So if you guys get a chance to, last week we had an Ampo. Keep checking out. We have all our episodes are still coming out. We have a whole slew of episodes coming out for November. So you guys be ready for all those. Also, if you guys want to come on the show, like as far as pro wrestlers, I know we have I get requests all the time from, I don't want to say like fans, but people, who watch the show regularly that ask us if they can come on the show. But if you guys want to come on the show, if you guys are wrestling fans, you guys are watching, or you guys are wrestlers, you guys are watching, you want to come on talk business, we can definitely do that. It's definitely gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, we have some future plans, some pretty cool guests coming up. So be ready, because episode 350 is coming around the corner. And Chaz, I don't know if you know this or not, but did you know that we have had 495 episodes total so far with the 3 Count Podcast itself?
I did not know that. We're almost like
we have 5 episodes.
5 episodes till we do 500.
Oh, that's got to be big.
Okay, so that's got to
be big.
All right. Thank you for letting me know that on the air, as now I need to think about what are we going to do and market that. So thank you.
Because remember, we still have, I have all the episodes loaded in, and I think if it played out right, it would be Tuesday, and then let's just say Sunday, Tuesday, Sunday, and then Tuesday, which would technically be the Halloween episode, which, fun fact, for you guys, we still don't have a guest for the Halloween episode. Still trying to put that together.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's that.
We gotta, we're gonna maneuver it for the one of the debate shows to be the 500th. Maybe we'll bring on some special guests. I think. Yeah. Tell us who you want on the 500th episode of
DJ Sykes. Oh wait, you're not asking for us. You're asking fans.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I want to be on Now Entering the Podcast. That's
a cool show.
That would be a cool show.
Now Entering the Podcast. with Damien Fake Time. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right, let's get to it.
Oh shit!
Check. Well, who's your hottest and your coldest wrestler? All right, let's go. Red Dog. Temp check.
Hottest wrestler of the week. Actually, let's go coldest wrestler of the week first. Sean Spears. bringing that back.
There you go.
Hottest wrestler of the week. Without a doubt, to me, I would want to say 1A, 1B, but I feel like that would just be a cop out. I'm just gonna go Gunther, man. Like,
Gunther.
hey, yo.
All right, Damien, who you got? Temp check.
For my hottest, I don't know. Everybody's kind of been doing pretty decent that I watched. So I don't know if I got one. Really?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like this week just seems really calm.
This week was calm. It was a calm
You know what
as
I
far
mean?
as like on-screen wrestling.
Yeah. So
Big thing. I think the big thing was really Bound for Glory.
Yo,
I gotta
Bound
check
for
that.
Glory.
So
Bound for
maybe if I
Glory.
check that, then
Watched that today.
yeah.
I watched that while I was playing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
So you weren't even really watching. You were so busy playing Spider-Man 2.
No. Like this. I wasn't really watching.
Yeah, he wasn't really watching.
Yeah,
I was
Call
gonna
this man
say
out.
you weren't playing
Don't
Spider-Man
lie.
2 then.
It was on.
Everybody else, but don't lie to me.
It was on.
And well, Chris Jericho.
I like the Trinity match though. I did actually was more paying attention to that match. Ospreay is just Ospreay, and I think I can't put Ospreay enough over and on this platform enough. But yeah, that was everything I wanted and more. But yeah, Bound for Glory was hot for all that I saw of it.
All right, yeah, Chris Jericho, coldest.
Chris Jericho, coldest. All right, cool.
Oh, of course, he's a
Figured
piece of
that.
shit. Asshole.
All right, so I'm gonna give you my coldest. My coldest wrestler is Eel O'Neal.
God damn.
Oh.
And my hottest wrestler is my boy, the young zinger with the trigger finger, the young bull of pure ignorance, the shooter, Noah Idol. All right,
Wow,
yeah.
you are just putting y'all over.
I mean, dude.
I mean, I'm not mad at you.
He lost to us. Big time Eel O'Neal.
We lost to Noah, not us. Otherwise,
right.
you're admitting that you guys cheated and you did.
Right?
Noah got the pin.
But you know what? I
Yes, Noah
respect
got
that.
the pin. I didn't touch Eel.
Look.
I didn't
Hill
let
recognize Hill. I'm proud of all of you guys.
Hey, plead the fifth right now.
I didn't touch him. I never touched Eel at all until after the match. That's after the match. We went to town, started stomping like he stole something from the corner store down there on Edmondson.
Oh,
God,
we throwing shots now. All right, cool.
We would stomp him out, bro. I gotta send you the video. You be proud.
I will.
We were stomping him out.
I will. All right, he'll recognize him.
And actually, you know what? There's my problem. My problem is that he cut his hair and he went blonde. I don't know why he's going through this Frank Ocean phase, but yeah, I don't like it. So yeah, we totally stomped him out. But yeah, that's my hottest wrestler. That's a shoot. Okay, yeah, my coldest wrestler, Eel O'Neal. My hottest wrestler, Noah Idol. And you can clip that and post that on social media.
Oh,
or
you heard it here first.
On that social media.
Sorry. Anyway,
fun fact: anybody who's wondering if you guys ever see anything pop out from the 3 Count podcast, it's probably Chaz. Is the one that's
don't say that.
Oh,
it's too late. We already put it out there. Now that I've got done doing all most.
I've had the social look. I've always thought that the social media person, all right, for the 3 Count was always a snarky, heterosexual white male, all right, who lives in his mom's basement, who just sends GIFs and videos. And just completely will always, rag on me, but uplift Damien and Cliff.
That's crazy because I don't live in my mom's basement. I have my own place.
You do, but the social media guy doesn't.
He doesn't.
Man, you just killing the business. Keep kayfabe alive.
Keep kayfabe. All right, well, AJ, way to go. Way to keep that up.
All right. Let's get right down to it. Let's go with our first debate topic. All right. Let's talk about Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Report.
That's my boy right there.
I was about to say, yeah, your boy Vinnie Mac, Damien. Yeah. Word on the street is that he was kicked off creative, and he has nothing to do as far as creative decisions with WWE programming. You know what? Let's start with you, Mr. Fatal. What you got?
Okay. This is gonna sound it's probably, you know what? It probably needed to happen. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those things where I feel that like with him being like in and out of it, you've seen what it's like when Triple H gets kind of full reign and not being bothered to when he's in there, it kind of screws up everything.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to take him out of creative, not just because too many like if you have him like overstepping him all the time, then it's just gonna make for a hostile situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like to make everything be chill, copacetic, cool, and Vince finally has somebody to tell him no. Which, I feel like sometimes you need somebody to tell you, nah, man, that's not going to work. And then you got everything that's going on with him personally. I feel like him being involved with the creative, fucking with the talent, fucking with everybody is bad for morale.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, looking at it, of course, like, Vince is my boy. That's my boy. But it's time to go. It's the mustache and the hair. That's why. That's when I knew it was over. Just want to put that out there. When I saw what he looks like right now, like a witness protection victim, like in plain sight, thinking that's going to hide him from what he used to look like, or like one of those evil 50 villains. Like, yeah, that. Oh, poor Vinny. Poor Vinny. He was great once upon a time. So yeah, no, it's a good thing. Hands down, 100% a good thing. It's better
Damien,
for
what you got?
everybody.
I mean, Cliff, what you got?
Yo, what did you call me first?
I definitely said Damien.
God damn, man. We have two Damiens on the show? That's crazy.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Black
yes,
Damien,
there's one right there. There's a cartoon one right there. So yes, there is two.
That was Black Damien,
that's
White
not good.
Damien. Give your opinion. All right, well, I'm glad Vince got kicked off of creative finally. I just feel like that man's been like putting his nose like too much into the business, and Triple H wasn't able to get like the product underneath that he really wanted to get accomplished, right? So now that we've kind of got Vince out of the picture, we're starting to see like that NXT type flow with Raw and with SmackDown, right? And obviously with NXT as well, with Sean's running that one. But I just feel like the shows run better, run smoother. There's not really like any choppy things going on. I think the only thing that I would recommend as far as what Hunter goes is let's put some emphasis on the women's side of wrestling. We're starting to see it, right? Like, I mean, we just saw a great title match with Charlotte and Io, right? So
and Bianca's back.
And Bianca came back.
You know what? See, she's got it right. She's got it right. Jericho, go away. Maybe we'll miss you like we did Bianca.
Yep.
But go away for longer though. Like way longer.
No, fact. I definitely because I think we had mentioned a couple of weeks ago. It was like, all right, I know Bianca's taking a break, but when you coming back, homie, like I was definitely hyped to see Bianca come out. I was like, yay! Not getting Bianca versus Jade.
I want to touch on that comment really quick, right? Triple H seems to not play favorites as much as Vince, but I may be wrong. He definitely has his favorites.
Everybody has their favorites.
Yeah, they all do. Like,
hey, guess what? I got my favorites too.
Right. Yeah, we know. But it is kind of cool to see, though. I mean, we got these great matchups that came up, right? Let's real Gunther and God damn it, who was it that Gunther just had? I want to say Noah, but that's not his name. That's not his name. And
Bronson Reed.
Bronson, yeah. I was like Noah. No, it's not right because that's his Japan name. But no, like. Yeah, Bronson is that match was fire, right? Like that was such a great matchup, and we're starting to see all these cool matchups that make sense, right? DIY is like starting to become a thing again, right? So we're gonna get invested in that storyline again.
That's gonna be
There's just so much cool stuff that's like happening, and then obviously, we have the girl with the shiniest wizard is now like making some actual noise in the company and not being just like held back because someone deemed her injury prone and she's not gonna get a look at, but. I'm happy seeing all the things that are happening right now with Triple H like in full control of creative.
Well, I mean, it's that time where, like, no offense to the established wrestlers, but they're getting up there. It's time to start bringing in that younger guard so they can be that and bring up the other younger people so the process can continue. I mean, it's the circle of life.
It's a circle
of life.
And it moves us all.
Oh man. So okay. Triple H this year alone from January, right? If we just start from January from Royal Rumble, okay, has a really good track record of PLEs up to this point.
I hate that you call them PLEs. I know that's.
I know that's what they call them.
Yeah, I like it just because it makes everybody mad.
That's what I do too. That's the same. Like at first, I was like, "Ooh, what premium? This sounds so bougie." Like premium live event.
And that's also why I like it too.
And I was like, "What? Come on, Vince! Like, are you really calling it that?" Because Vince was still in charge when they started switching over to that. And I was like. Oh, I get it because it's not really pay-per-view anymore. Like
it's the truth though. Like,
right.
It sound bougie, but it's the truth.
But yeah. Now because everyone hates it, I was just like, you know what? I love it. But to back my point, the PLE's track record from Royal Rumble up to now have been stellar and nothing less of stellar. Even the B show pay-per-views that like we've seen like Backlash and what be the pay-per-view we just had Fastlane.
Fastlane was better than it needed to be.
Exactly. Like, see, and that's that statement alone. It was better than what it needed to be.
Because I mean, you got Crown Jewel and then you got Survivor Series. Like, why?
Right. And then so. Triple H knows what he's doing. Vince is, poured into, Hunter as much as he can, like that 2000, he started really working backstage, like 2010 up until when he gave him NXT and everything. Like Hunter knows what he's doing. He was prepared for this. Okay. Like, essentially, he was prepared to do this. We all thought he was going to be, take control of the company, but,
I like him where he's at.
Exactly. Triple H being in creative is what he's supposed to be. Yeah. He doesn't need to be running. No, he don't. It don't.
No, he don't.
He really doesn't.
He's great where he's at.
Exactly. So, like I said, he was built to, for this, and it shows. And it he said it in the whatchamacallit.
Facts.
In the press conference, he goes, "We keep breaking records each and every night. We're getting more revenue, more streaming, more views each and every time we do these shows." That means something. Like that don't just happen if you're putting on bull crap quality stuff. Like right. No one's watching crap. That's just what it is. No, they're not.
They're not forever.
Yeah, and to the comment of 5 matches in 3 hours. Shorter shows. That's the one thing
With a little bit longer matches, shorter cards, more time.
Yeah, it gives everybody enough time. I cannot sit it's hard for me to sit through all of AEW shows because they're long. Like some matches, I will get up like the matches that I always talk about. Like whatever about this match. I promise y'all half the time I really don't watch them because I don't care. I got other stuff to do. To sit for 5 hours.
It shouldn't be a full day of work to watch wrestling. Like it's insane. But to kind of touch back on that, 5 matches in 3 hours, but it's 5 matches that you remember and that you can pull back something from those matches. So they're like you said, they're giving great time, right? They get to tell these great stories. We ride this roller coaster of emotions, and we're just like, holy crap! And by the time that the main event is over, guess what? We're not burned out. Like we're not talking about like, I tried to watch that last match, but I tried to watch the main event, but it really just wasn't working out for me. Right? We're enjoying every single match that we're getting.
Yeah, or I fell asleep.
Yeah,
that's the
hardest part. Like, let me be real. Like when they're in Forbidden Door, right? Forbidden Door 2, right? With Okada and Bryan Danielson, right? Like that was the main event. I tried to stay awake through the whole thing, and I was just out. And it's because like there was so many matches. It was 6 hours of wrestling, bro. Like I'm gonna be honest, I ain't trying to sit through 6 hours of wrestling just in one shot. Like that's so hard to do. And then even as a fan, I'm exhausted because all the matches were leading up to this, and this was just a great match. And Hunter has this thing going on where I look at Gunther and Bronson Reed's match, right? And I'm like, bro, that match was amazing. And we're over here, and I'm like, that's the way that matches should come off, especially if they're televised. Right, should just be like that. And I love how Hunter is like putting the shows together and actually running with the creative team, and they're like learning everything about this process. So,
because like he made this last Saudi show enjoyable, and that's saying something. Because let's be real, the track record of the past Saudi shows before Triple H were in charge were not great. And it didn't mean anything. So, Crown Jewel looks fire, okay? Let me tell you something. Like, LA Knight is about to take the strap, bro. He's beating Roman Reigns.
Oh, he's not beating the Tribal Chief.
All right, with that, I'm just going to go ahead and just put this up. What's your thoughts on Theory?
I like him.
I don't like what they're doing with him right now. But I can understand why.
I can understand, but I'm actually kind of enjoying him and the other piece of shit teaming up and acting like little stuck-up assholes. Like, that's a Grayson Waller. I like both of them, actually. I don't know. Like, them together is actually fucking hilarious. It's great. I'm enjoying it. I don't know.
They call themselves A-Town Down Under.
That makes it even better.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things where, like, I understand why they need to move him to to the tag division to kind of like let him kind of like still cook, keep his plate spinning. Yeah. Because otherwise, he's just getting lost in the shuffle, and there's really nothing for him to do, right?
No, it totally.
So would. I definitely understand, and I can appreciate that.
Keeping him on TV doing something.
Exactly. And I'm like, bro, because if he doesn't have the title, what's he really doing? So
no, I definitely get it. I think it'd be fun to see the shenanigans that they're going to get up to.
Yeah, I like
they're going to piss off and get beat up by.
Yeah, I was always a fan of Theory. I just didn't like the fact that he was cooking and he's younger than me. I was like, how dare you?
But he's good though. You can't.
He is good. He is good.
You can't even be mad.
No, he is good. And I remember when during 2020 when he wrestled at WrestleMania, and I think Cliff goes, he's like he's 20 years. I'm like, dude, he's younger than me, and he has a WrestleMania match. How dare he? I'm half as good as he. Yeah, but he is good. He's great. He really does. He's just got to find. I don't know if it's the A-Town Down thing. If he just needs to like. Not only say repackage, but he's got to figure something that's that just gives it some more spice, if that makes sense.
He needs to find himself.
Yeah. Because
if you really want to think about it, he really needs to find out really who Austin Theory is.
Yeah.
He's got to have a life-changing moment.
Something like because he is going to get lost in the shuffle if he doesn't have the title and if he's not with Grayson Waller. And he can do so much more. But I'm on the Theory bandwagon. I don't like Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller makes me mad. I think that he does it because that's his job.
Exactly. He's got a punchable face.
And sometimes I'm still a fan, so I know I'm getting worked and it's working. So that's why I just don't like him.
I know.
Which means he's done a great job. But yeah, so I like Theory. I like what they both got going on.
Man, he'll recognize heel.
Exactly. Game right, he'll recognize heel. Game recognize game, man. Jeez. That's how I feel about Darius Carter. Like, hey, bro, game recognize game, and I think he's one of the best on the Indies right now as far as just a straight up bad guy, bro. You want to talk about the Indies Magneto? Yeah, that's him. That's him. All right, let's move on. Match of the week. It's your match of the week. Hey, match of the week. Sorry.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah, I'm trying new things, bro. We're on the Big Plus network now. I'm trying new things.
Trying new things on the Big Plus network. That's 100% things that we don't do. Okay, that's why we have the YouTube show. It was developmental. That's what we did.
Okay. All right. Then. Well, what about your match of the week then? How about that?
Before I put my match of the week up, hold on. This is Damiens versus Andrade. That's actually a good match. I would typically agree with that one if I did not watch Bronson Reed versus Gunther on Raw, because that match was fire. The fact that Gunther picked up Bronson Reed for a fucking powerbomb, bro, I popped. I was like, holy shit, did not see that coming. But I do have a 1B. And I definitely want to include it, right? And I know, Chaz, you're going to be like, yeah, of course. Will Ospreay and Speedball Mike Bailey was a great match.
That is my match of the week, okay? Man, you got to just, if you don't put Will Ospreay and you just put bias aside, if you just look at what he did this year, if you do not put him in your conversation as wrestler of the year, you got to be smoking crack.
You are chugging haterade by the leaders.
You are like sipping on the strongest of strong haterade.
Okay, but he's not my wrestler of the year though.
And he doesn't have to be your. I'm not saying he doesn't have to be. He doesn't have. But if he's not in the conversation,
I can see that because he has been doing a lot this year. He's been traveling a lot, hasn't he?
He's literally like, besides the E, he's beaten
pretty much everyone. He's been everywhere.
He's beaten Kenny. He's beaten whatchamacallit. He beat who did he just beat? He just beat Speedball. Who else? He beat a couple other people. Like, he beat whatchamacallit. He beat Okada. He has the man has been cooking and then killing it. Hard
not to.
Ospreay needs to go to WWE so I can see Gunther and Ospreay.
So look, they had a match at Progress I watched.
Yeah, I
you seen that one?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the match everybody's seen. But that match, I agree with you on that, just because even I know we will probably never get that because that's a totally different.
Yeah, I want to see Gunther now.
Yeah, that's Walter.
Yeah,
but Gunther now, and Will Ospreay now. Oh my gosh, yes, yeah. But yeah, Will Ospreay and Speedball is my match of the week, and if it wasn't for that match, I would definitely go with as well Gunther and Bronson Reed, because I was iffy about it at first, and I watched it and I went, whew, I legit like after the match, it was like ding ding ding. I said, "Whew, wow, that was great." So I don't want to do 1A 1B because I feel like it just that diminishes what Speedball and Osprey did last night. So yeah, that's my match of the week. All right, Damien, match of the week.
Anything on WWE television?
I
No,
hate
joking.
oh my gosh.
No, my pick is the match from Monday Night Raw. They're in a Continental Championship.
Yeah, that match. Like I said, that match was great. Like it wasn't a bad.
It was what it's what I wanted. It was one of those matches again. It's I didn't know I wanted it until it happened. Like when he won the number one contender, I was like, oh, huh. This is gonna be interesting.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's what I said the same thing. I was like, oh, okay, that's not who I would have picked, but I was like, all right, I'll see I'll pick up what you're putting down. So all right, Queen, let's get on to our next topic. Survivor Series is coming up, and then it seems we got some GM tension brewing over there on SmackDown, and with good reason. I agree with Nick Aldis, by the way. He definitely was in the right of finding main event Jay and escorting him and Adam Pearce out the building. So, do you think War Games should be brand warfare? So the Survivor Series match would be SmackDown versus Raw.
Again, like it was for the last few years?
Well, and it would just be in the War Games match, not this whole show. Just the War Games match.
No. I want Survivor Series.
I want the whole show.
Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Am I the only one am I the only one?
Yeah, 100%.
So,
go ahead, defend your point.
Yeah.
Defend your point.
Good.
It's different, but that's different. We've never had. You get your brand. We get the brand warfare, and you get War Games. Like we've had War Games wlast year, and it was great. We had what's wrong with change?
Nothing's wrong with change.
Nothing.
So
I mean,
yeah.
Give me SmackDown versus.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That old 5-on-5 traditional concept is washed.
Oh no! You know what? Give me SmackDown versus Raw versus NXT.
I'll take that. It was developmental.
Yeah, throw the developmental in there. Hey. Let Sean get up a squad to go into the War Games match. Do like 3-on-3-on-3 like they did,
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
That'd be fire.
That'd be fire too. I'm not opposing that at all.
Yeah. But that's not gonna happen. So we just know it's gonna be Team SmackDown versus Team Raw, so it is what it is.
So you're saying they're not doing War Games at all?
No, they're gonna do War Games. It's called War Games.
Oh, okay.
This is what I want to see, right? I want there to be a War Games match, right? But I also want to see like at least 2 traditional Survivor Series matches. That's why it's called Survivor Series.
That would be nice.
It would be fucking awesome.
I think that's overkill of the 5-on-5. Like, just think about it. Who are you putting in this Survivor Series match, and then still putting on the War Games match? Because you're gonna have to do 2 War Games matches.
You don't have. Well, you can.
You don't have to do 2 War Games matches.
You're not gonna put the women in there.
They're not gonna do that. Not this year.
They'll
probably do it next year, but they won't do it this year.
They don't need to. What group of women have beef like that?
I'm just. I mean, we.
Okay. I mean, theoretically, you could right. So here, I'll put it up. Right. This is a good. You have Jade, Bailey, Io, right, because Dakota's out, right, and then you can find Becky and whatever, right, whoever else. And at this point, you'd have Bianca, Charlotte, Becky.
That's a slaughter. God damn.
But that is you can have slaughter. So you can put your teams together. But what I'm thinking about, right, is I'm thinking about the main event, right? Let's talk about the main event of the in the War Games.
Bianca, Charlotte. I'm sorry, but that's a slow.
Wrong.
That's not
That's
fair.
wrong.
That is like when back in the day when you couldn't play the Warriors in 2K. Like no. Oh my god. But I get. I mean, that's just we're just naming stuff.
Yeah,
but
But it's my point being though is that you'd have like the main event, right? You could still have the War Games match, right? Where you'd have like the Bloodline and let's say Judgment Day, right? Versus pick your superstars, right? At that point, Cena, whatever, LA Knight, you'd have Cody, Jay. You know what I mean? You still have the team, right? You can still do like a 6-on-6 for like the War Games, but I still want to see a traditional Survivor Series match because I just think
nice.
That's the point. That's the point of Survivor Series. That's why it was a big four. That's what made it so unique from everything else was the fact that you had 5 people, 5 individuals. All they had was a common goal, just wanting to fight somebody else.
No, it was always SmackDown versus Raw.
No, it wasn't always that way.
Oh, well, back.
It was like, it would be teams. It would be times where it would be like, Group A does not like Group B. Like Hulk Hogan, you find 4 superstars, and Macho Man, you find 4 superstars, and you guys go have it out in a Survivor Series match, and that's just what it would be. And then guys,
I
they would get their teams
those
together.
Days.
And I think having it back, right? Because now you can do, let's say, like right now, Bobby Lashley, right? Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, right? Then you could run Logan Paul, right? And you can have we could throw a 5th person in there, just whoever you want to throw in there, right? But then you'd have LWO versus those guys. Like it makes sense. Like you have all these factions already there. Why not just utilize that aspect and put those teams in there?
Yeah,
like
there's a
they
lot
already
of
have beef. Let's just finish it off.
There's a lot of potential, and still have fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, you could do with the Brawling Brutes, right? You have 3 people right there with the Brawling Brutes. You bring up Tyler Bates. There's a 4th. You bring in another person, right? Dragunov, right? There's 5 dudes that you can just have right there in a matchup, and then you have, the Yes Boys. What's that tag team?
Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Deadly. You'd have Pretty Deadly, and then you can run. You can run other teams right there. A-Town Down Under, right? Pretty Deadly, A-Town Down Under, and you can run with. Let's say, just pick somebody else, right? That's actually relatively young, right? So that way you could be like the old heads versus like the young up and comers.
Who's young and annoying?
Right I would say Dom, but Dom's in the main event.
Yeah. So like, outside of Dom, who's young and annoying?
Let's be real, Carmelo Hayes. Because let's be real, like they're playing that storyline out right now.
I was thinking Melo would be called up for Survivor Series. I think it's like that shocker, like
or Braun Breaker,
or it might be that could be another one too.
Oh, I can't wait for them both to get called up.
Yeah, same. I feel like once Melo finishes his program with Trick, I think he's definitely
Nakamura could be the guy.
Oh, you're right, Nakamura. Yes, Nakamura and are in this thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's already like a lot of you have all the matchups.
Yeah, Nakamura and Ricochet.
Put them in Survivor. Put them on the Survivor Series teams and just let them go.
Yeah, but oh my god, he said, "Stand back, Hurricane." There's a Ricochet.
Yeah, he's corny, but I like it though.
I was like, I was like, did he come up? I hope he didn't come up with that.
But think about it, like you could have those matchups. That's the point of Survivor Series is you have these factions and then you just let them fight it out, right? Usually one person wins. Shit, we could have Pretty Deadly A-Town Down Under, right? Have a surprise as a person who's going to be and you start off 5 versus 4, right? You get down to the last. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Randy Orton comes out, boom, RKO's both guys, instant heel right there.
He is due to come back.
I'm just saying.
There's so much
could write itself. That's if you want him to turn heel. If you want to be face, then you have him join like Cody, Ricochet, Jay, and John Cena against the Bloodline.
Ooh, War Games with a new back. Off the rip.
Off the rip.
Ooh.
Off the rip.
Absolutely not.
Ooh, that's brave.
That's not your choice. That's his choice.
Right. That is his choice, but that's brave.
Hunter
I
Wentz
won't
don't do
even
it.
do
And
that.
he's like, I'm gonna do it.
Oh man. All right. So let's move on over to Impact. Bound for Glory happened, and it was Bound for Impact. Like we always say when we talk about Impact, if you're not watching Impact, you're definitely missing out.
Yeah.
If you think about, and it's funny because this is a good segue into the topic, but if you think that it's the thing about, oh yeah, wasn't it TNA back in the day? It's not that anymore. It's completely different. But after Bound for Glory, next year, 2024, Impact Wrestling is no more. And they're going back to TNA, brother. So, what do you think about the Impact going back to TNA? All right, Damien, what you got? What you think?
Yeah, I've been calling it like TNA still ever since. It's like I consider Impact Wrestling is like the name of the show.
Yeah.
It's TNA. It's always been TNA. It will always be TNA.
He's the reason why that you see. He's the reason why that I was trying to tell you, man. Like fans have been calling it TNA, and they finally just responded. And they're like, "Yo, it's TNA."
It's TNA, dude. It's always been TNA. It has always been TNA. It just is what it is. It's always been total nonstop action.
I mean, yes. I don't disagree.
From day one. So, I mean, when they were like, oh, it's called Impact, I was like, why are you naming the company after your, like, TV show? Your TNA.
You're right, and like, yeah, I mean, it was always TNA when I would address people. I was like, yeah, Impact, yeah, TNA. I agree. It's just okay. You're going to still call it TNA. We can't get rid of it. I mean, that's where we come from. Like, so let's do it. So, I think it's a good move, just off that alone. But it's great because they've gotten a lot better. And they have a good roster there. They have a solid roster up and down.
They were bad to begin with. They were just badly managed.
Exactly. And so that was another thing I was about to get to that. They have better people in charge.
Yes, they
do. Who are running it.
They do.
And so I think that going back to TNA now is good because having them as Impact, it got the TNA stench off of them.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think that's part of the reason why they changed it.
Exactly, because it did. The TNA, when you've been back in the day when you said TNA, you go, oh, yeah. You'd be like, oh, you still watch that? Like, let's just be.
It had its dark. It had its dark time.
Exactly, it did. Absolutely, like
it did.
Yeah, when AJ left. AJ was there during the dark days too. He was there during.
Well, some of those dark times were freaking hilarious. I've been watching some old videos about like the Main Event Mafia and.
Well, they were still good then. They were still good then because I was.
Yeah, but it was slowly. It was.
It didn't listen. It didn't go really down the hill until it really was the downhill was when Hogan got there and all that. That's really what shot them in the foot.
Yeah, that didn't help.
No, it didn't help, but they were that's something.
Remember, actually, they wanted to change, like they wanted to do like something different with the with like they were trying to do like the point system to determine like number one contenders. Like if you got a pin, you got so many points. If you got the submission, you got so many points. If you got DQ,
that was the what you call it? The
they were doing the Bound for Glory,
the tournament, yeah.
Which
I liked. I
like that actually.
I like that so much. Yeah, that was the Bound for Glory tournament.
I love.
Or was it Victory? No, that was Victory. Was that Victory Road?
No, it's the Bound for Glory.
Yeah, Bound for Glory. Yeah, because the winner got the title shot at.
Yeah, they would start it like they would start. Well, no, they would start it months before.
Like months before. But yeah, and then the winner would be
the finals would be at Bound for Glory. And then
the title shot would be at Victory Road. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I've always wanted to do that. But
same here.
like that whole concept because I just think it gives
badass.
it gives like I hate the word legitimacy,
But it does.
but it gives it that more sports vibe to it. Like, oh, okay, and you got to think about it. Like, let's just say for a person who's like second and need like 3 points to get ahead, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make sure I get the submission locked in. That'll get me up to first, and so stuff like that. But yeah,
They've had a lot of fire concepts. Feast of Fire.
TNA, exactly. TNA and a lot of stuff. The Ultimate X, man, like
yes,
let's be real, Lethal Lockdown. Like,
that's what I said. The Feast of Fire. I think that's my favorite. Hilarious when somebody gets fired.
That's Feast of Fire. I like that one too.
It's funny. So let's touch on a couple points real quick, right? So no, TNA was not a Russo thing. I just want to put that out there. I want to put this comment up first. The name of the show is not important. It's the quality of the show. The thing is we've all discussed, right, is that Impact has had a quality show for a long time now.
Very long time.
And now that it's going back to TNA, like it's still going to be the same thing,
Yeah.
They better bring back the 6-sided ring though.
They're not. They already.
Dude, that thing is painful. You do know that, right?
Yeah. They said they're not bringing it back.
Boo.
Also, but they also said they were never going to go back to TNA, and they.
No, you never know. So. They might.
Yeah. So now you don't know. They might just do a pay-per-view where it's just on the 6-sided ring. Who knows?
True.
Did
the 6-sided cage was badass though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. That's I'm like, bro. I always wanted to wrestle. I was like, yo, I want to wrestle in a 6-sided cage. Like that's just dope. And I wrestle in a 6-sided ring. Like, man, I gotta come up with some flippy dippy match. Just jump from one rope to the other, flip off that. I'm like, come on.
How much you want to bet after the first time you do it? You be like, I ain't doing that ever again.
You're right.
But only have to do it once. And as long as you got it on camera, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Did y'all see Sonny Kiss dancing with Bully Ray? Yes, I did. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, because Bully Ray is awesome.
Yeah. And
I hit and miss. I hit and miss with Bully. Bully sometimes gets on my nerves, but most of the time I'll be like, all right, you got a point.
But came into the ring, started dancing, and Bully improvised. It was hilarious. Yes, it was.
All righty. Well, folks, because Damien already told us what grinds his gears, that's the end of the show. Yeah. You know what? Let's do it. Cliff, what you got? This or that off the cuff?
Dang, off the cuff. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's go with better wrestler in a ring, and I know it's gonna be hilarious to do. We're gonna do LT. Right, we're talking about former linebacker from the Giants, Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, we doing this, okay?
Or Steve Mongo McMichael from WCW. Chaz was like, I wasn't around to see either one.
Actually, okay. Hold on.
I don't know.
A little unfair. This is the reason why I say this is a little unfair. Are we just talking about both initial?
Yes. Initial
because Mongo actually started to get a little good.
He was getting better
towards the end. So I mean, all right. Initially, who did the worst? All right, I think I got mine.
I do have mine. I have mine.
I think I have
better
mine.
Too.
I have mine just because I've only seen one.
Oh, well, I mean, depending on what you chose, and which I think I know what you chose, you're probably not wrong. Cause,
without a doubt.
Yeah, this is still a little one-sided.
This is
now that we got the parameters straight.
I still to this day have yet to see a full episode of Nitro. Still to this day, I've yet to see a full episode.
You need to get on the cock.
I know. Don't ever say that sentence on this air ever again.
It's what it's called.
Don't say that again.
All right, hold on a second. Okay, so mine right off the rip, I'm just gonna say Lawrence Taylor, right?
That's what I'm going with Lawrence Taylor. That's the one I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mongo's was horrible. His debut match was god awful.
It was god awful.
It was bad.
Yeah,
it was.
How bad are we talking? How bad are we actually? How bad are we talking?
When they said they were bringing him full time, it was like, why?
Yeah, it was terrible. But this is funny. So I'm gonna put this up. I want you to tell me initial reaction, right, on this comment, right? Kevin Green was worse than either of them. I will be 100% when I say no.
Who's Kevin Green? I don't know who Kevin Green is.
Kevin Green used to play defensive tackle for the Packers and the Panthers, and became a wrestler. And the only reason that Kevin Green did not get the notoriety that Steve Michael got was because Steve was with the Four Horsemen.
That's the only
if
reason.
He was just your
Green
average dude out
wrestler.
there, nobody would ever know who the fuck that was. They'd be like, remember that guy who like the one time he got like slapped in the chest and he like fell out of the ring? That dude? No, Kevin Green had some fucking skill. Like, put some respect on my man's name.
he was actually picking it up faster than
he was.
But Mongo had the Four Horsemen in his corner. Like that's the first thing he did from pretty much jump of like showing up in there after like a couple of weeks. So it was like he had more.
Did they have a match too, Kevin Green and Michael?
I think they
did. I think they had a match.
Wasn't there.
They might have.
You weren't there.
But surprised if they didn't.
But you know what? Like, actually, let's do this, right? So, Chaz, if you want to do one, we'll do a second one just for you guys, for just for fun. Let's do better one-off match, right? Stephen Amell or Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. I'm a Stephen Amell fan.
Stephen Amell did good.
Stephen Amell did, and you're talking about the match he had with Neville, correct?
Yes.
And
so we're talking about the one in
All In?
No, because he didn't. I thought that was a tag match.
That one, yes, the tag match. Yeah, it was a tag match. Neville versus it was Stardust and somebody else.
It was God damn it. Barrett, King Barrett.
Oh, right, it was.
It was.
Yes. Okay, you're right. It was King Barrett. Yeah. So that match. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, Stephen Amell did great. He didn't do bad.
Like, he did pretty good.
But if you're just going based off debut, I don't know, man. Pat and Adam tore that down that Tuesday night.
That was unnecessary. That was unnecessarily good for what it was.
And I will never forget the moment on when we were talking about Pat McAfee and JJ ripped his shirt arguing with Chris.
Ripped his shirt.
Yeah, he did.
Talking about Lawrence Taylor and Pat McAfee. And one of my favorite members on the show.
That was great. That was hilarious.
Oh, it's so much fun.
That whole thing leading to that.
He's like, Lawrence, Josh, shut up!
I wasn't talking about this man in this sense.
I was talking about it in a wrestling sense. I don't give a crap about football.
That shit was so.
That was great.
He was so. If you guys don't know, if you guys go back, check it out. It was last year, actually, right? Last year?
No,
2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
It was like,
it was 2 years.
It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, because I sent the clip to you.
Yeah.
But so 2 years ago, we had a huge argument about about Pat McAfee having a match with Adam Cole, and Chaz's little brother just went off because Chris was getting under his skin, and so it got to the point where JJ just ripped his shirt live on the air.
It was like almost. It was like he didn't even know he was doing it,
bro. He just was like,
so
"You just made me rip my shirt. You just made me rip my shirt." And Chris was like, "You act like I care."
Oh, that's so great.
Oh man. Oh, right. So we've stalled for enough. All right. For my Big Plus network, subscribers and watchers, we're gonna get you back to your music videos. So with
the Big Plus network. Lag.
I think it was a movie we interrupted, actually.
Are we interrupting the movie?
Fuck
Yeah,
that
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Hey, listen, the good guy wins. That's how it happens. That's what happens at the end. The good guy wins.
Oh,
Well, I
That
hope.
guy and that girl that wanted to get together, they got together in the end. Okay. Spoiler.
oh, you totally Eric Bischoff that
Yeah. Yeah.
or Nitro.
I still to this day think that's wild. Still to the day think that he was that wild and he did that.
Look, but in the end, that was kind of his downfall.
Exactly.
People were like, "Hold up, they're going to do what?"
McFly.
They're slowly about to do what? Mankind going what? Man, let me go watch that. Yeah. All right. For my PlayStation users, you get a trophy. My Xbox users, you get an achievement. And yeah, my PC users, you get a virus. So
Wow!
make sure you hit
thumbs up. There you go, guys. Y'all get a thumbs up. Ass.
From Damien, you do. But from the 3 Count podcast, you get a virus.
Wow.
you get a message text to your phone that says that your UPS delivery couldn't make it in, and that we need you to click on the link below to claim it.
Now we're no. First of all, now we become scammers. Great. All right, we're going to jail. So with that being said, y'all know what to do. 5-star Frog Splash review. Follow us on the gram and the book and the tactic. X marks the spot. All of that. Twitter, Tweetbook, Facebook, all that stuff. Animal Planet. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter. Goodbye.
Bye.
Kwai.
Goodbye.
Hey, 3 Count Podcast listeners, it's your host, the icon Chaz Evans here. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. That's the Facebook, that's the Twitter, that's the Instagram, that's the Snapchat. We don't have Snapchat. The photo, but we don't have Photo Bucket. But make sure you follow us on all those things at 3 Count Podcast or at 3count_pod. That's on the Twitter, by the way, 3count_pod. But yeah, definitely also make sure you check out our YouTube channel and subscribe to our videos. And if you really like us a lot, definitely go find us on ProWrestlingTees.com/3CountPod and get yourself a 3 Count Podcast t-shirt. And make sure you continue listening to us.